Hi everyone, we're going to be working on solving one-step equations, and we're just going to be focusing on adding and subtracting one-step equation and also using inverse operation. And our goal for today is to solve one-step addition and subtraction equation using inverse operations. And let's make use of the let statement and writing equations that represents the problem. So again, I'm gonna be looking for let statement. This is where your question gonna come in. What is the question that we're looking for in each of the problem? We're gonna write an equation that is our way to solve the problem. And to solve it, we're gonna use inverse operation this time. There are many ways in solving this problem, but we're gonna focus on doing inverse operation or reverse operations. Then I want you to circle your final answer, and please don't forget the units of measure. The units of measure is something like the dollar sign, the number of pieces, the number of in centimeters, meters, it depends what the problem is, or the number of apples, as long as it has label what is your answer is about. So let's start with the first problem. Betty bakes a Texas sheet cake. She cuts the cake evenly and packs 8 pieces for her mom and is left with 7. So how many pieces of cake did Betty cut in all? So with that, we could start with the let statement. So our let gonna be like, how many pieces of cake did Betty cut in all? So I could say let C equals the total pieces of cake. We could say that. You could even say let B, let X, let Y, whatever it is, but you could just say let C is okay. Alright? Then we could start writing our statement. Our equation. So if you look at the problem, it says there like he said she cuts the cake evenly and give 8 to mom. Alright, and then she has left with 7, so we're looking for the total. So I could say the new value is 7, and then what happened before 7 is she has the total number of cakes, definitely, so I could put C there, minus the number of cakes she gives to mom. Right, then since we're using inverse operation to solve this problem, that is minus 8, so we could do plus 8 over here and also plus 8 over here. It has to be on both sides of equation so that that equal sign will stand true. The statement will stand true at all times. So we make sure that both side of equation is being added or subtracted. In this case, plus 8 plus 8. So C, 8 minus 8, different signs we subtract, or simply say 8 minus 8 is a 0. And then we could say 7 plus 8, that gives you 15. What is this 15 now? Now we could go back to what we are looking for, the total pieces of cake. So you could just say total, alright, pieces. So it's so hard to write, of cake. There you go. So, but then I also require circle final answer, so let's just do that anyways. So I ask you guys to circle final answer because some of you, your work is all over the place. So I circle it perfectly, right? So 15 pieces of cake. So that will be circling it, that's telling the teacher that, hey, this is my answer. Next question. So Uncle Fred gifted 9 books to his niece from his science fiction collection. If he is left with 17 sci-fi books, how many sci-fi books did Fred's collection have? So of course we're gonna try with the let statement start. So maybe we could say let B, or I could say small b, equals a total science fiction books. Alright, Then how could we write an equation that represents this problem? So let's try to do that. So here it says he gave 9 to his niece and he got left with 17. So we could just say he got 17 right now. What happened before that? So he said he gave 9 to get a total. So B is our total and he gave away 9 of that. So now we have an equation based on the total of the new value. That's what I was looking for all the time. What's the new value and what happened to get that new value? So now we got plus 9 since we're doing inverse operation to undo the problem, right? We're gonna undo it so that you're gonna only have B because we're looking only for B. And then 17 plus 9, that gives you 26. What is this 26 now? 26 right now is the total number of science fiction books in his collection. So there you go. And you could always check by saying, wait, 26 is his collection minus 9 that he gave. Now he got 17. Perfect. Next question. Now we have our next question. Tom has 25 bumblebee marbles and Marcus has a few more than Tom. If they have 56 marbles in all, how many bumblebee marbles does Marcus have? Let's start again with let statement. So let M could be number of marbles. Marcus have. Or you could just say marbles of Marcus. That is also okay. So now let's do the equation. So if you're gonna look at the problem, it says Tom has 25, Marcus has few more than Tom, and then they have a total of 56. So let's take 56 as our new value or the total, right? So what happened to get 56? It says it's 2 of them have. So we make M the number of Marcus marbles. So could you say M plus 25? To know the number of marbles Marcus has, we have to take away the marbles of Tom. That doesn't sound right. So let's go minus 25 and minus 25. And again, it should be on both sides of equations. So now M, 25 minus 25 is 0. So 56 minus 25. Or if you look at it this way, that's positive 56 and that's negative 25. Different signs to subtract. But simply, you don't have to be crazy. You just have to say 56 minus 25. That gives you 31. What is that 31 now? That will be marbles of Marcus. There you go. Okay. Next question. This will be the last question. Ruby has to climb 36 steps to reach her apartment on the 3rd floor of the residential complex. She climbs 38 steps and reaches the 2nd floor. How many more steps should she climb to reach her apartment? So we could just say let S, because it's steps. So steps, we could say steps needed to reach the apartment. Go. So how do we solve this using an equation? I mean, how can we write an equation that represents this problem? We could say she needs to get 36. Okay, so we need to get 36. Again, this is not the only way to write an equation, just to let you know. This is just one way, just thinking what is our new value, what's the value that we're targeting. So we target 36, but that's what she wants to accomplish, or what is the total right now. So that's what we're focusing on in this writing equations, but that doesn't mean that's the only way to write an equation. Okay, there are many ways to write the equation, and if you're taking the big test, they will have different possible options in how you write equations. So anyway, going back to our problem. So she already got 18 steps. She needs more to reach that. So the number of steps that she needs plus the 18 that she already have completed to get 36. So how many more steps does she has to do? So again, using inverse operation, we could do minus 18 on both sides to isolate the variable s. And then we add or we combine. That is 0. So 18 minus 18 is 0. And again, 36 minus 18, that's so obvious. But if you want to be crazy and thinking of positive 36 and negative 18, you're welcome to do so. So 36 minus 18 is 18. And what is that 18 now? This is more steps to reach the apartment. There you go. All right. Questions later. You could put your questions in the chat. For your task for the day, I want you to go to the Google Classroom and work on those 5 questions that is in there. And again, just to remind you that I need a let statement, equation, use inverse operation to solve the problem, and then please circle your final answer and put the labels in. And just to let you know that there are many ways in solving problems in writing equations, but in this lesson I really want you to use inverse operation and write the equation according to what's the new value based on each problem or scenarios. All right, good luck everyone, and until next time, bye bye for now. I'll collect your paper at the end of the period. Bye everyone.